I use a metal board. We actually have one. Of course, any metal board's going to work, but this has a lot of magnets on it. This is just a scratch piece of paper. We'll just keep that there. And we are going to get our stencil down. So always on Stamps of Life stencils, you want to make sure that you can read the stamps of life right here. And what you're going to do is you are going to add your rulers, or if you don't have any rulers, you could just add magnets to this. Now, if you do not have magnets, or you do not have a magnet board, then you're going to want to get Better Than Washi. So we'll use Better Than Washi. We'll pretend you don't have a magnet board. So we'll add that down, and we'll add this down. And I'm going to, ideally, I would do like all 4 sides, because you don't want this baby to move. Okay. The name of the game is not letting this move, but I just realized I don't have cardstock underneath me. So we got to open it up. So we're going to open that up. We're going to open that up, and we are going to get a piece of cardstock. So let's get Pixie, because Pixie's a pretty one. So what we're going to do is, Pixie going to work with the colors I pulled? I don't remember what colors. Okay. So let's just grab some Pixie. We're going to lay this down. Let's go this way. We're going to lay this down just like this. See how I had that hinge on there, right there? Boom, right there. We're going to lay this down, and we're going to adhere this. Now, number 1, when I stencil, I always make sure everything is down, right? It can't stay down if you don't put it down, kind of, right? And I always hold it with my hand. Less is more. I mean, you want that extra hold on there so you can do things. So I'm going to just grab some brush. Oh, and here is let's use a dark purple. That'd be pretty. Now, here's something that I do want to notice, and I do want to mention, because this is really I don't think people realize this part. You will always see me use a smaller ink pad for my brushing, right? For my brushing. Because I just saw a piece of fuzz on there just now. There's always going to be some fuzz or some ick or a glitter or something on these. And you don't want, like this. Oh, look, see, this one has it already. This one has a piece of glitter on it. So isn't that awful? You don't want that, because it's going to ruin your stamped image. It's a messy ink pad too. So you don't want that, right, on your nice ink pads. You want to be able to use this so this has glitter on it. That's okay though, because I'm only using it for this. Now, we've recently had a couple people, and if this was you, I'm not calling you out. I'm not going to say your name or anything, but do not use, you guys, do not use big ink pads with your brushes. And this one's an older one, so I'm going to do it on purpose on this one. But we have people doing this and going like this to get ink on their brushes. Eventually, that's going to ruin your pad. And then you're going to want to use that to stamp. No, that's not allowed. I do not want you to do that. Don't ever do that. Please, please do not do that. If you don't have a little pad, I have a solution for you. Just don't go like this and stuff, because you're going to ruin that beautiful pad. So if you don't have a little brush, what I want you to do, because I understand if you don't have a little one, I get it. Sometimes we don't have what we need. You're just going to go like this, and you're going to use that. Okay. Now I'm not ruining my pad, because I don't want you to ruin this beautiful foam pad that you paid for, right? So you're just going to use this. Okay. If you need more, grab more, but this is way better to use than scrubbing that pad. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I always use the little pads anyway, and I always just usually tap, tap, tap. But if I even do this, it's okay, because it's a little pad. Who cares about this one? I'm not using this one to stamp, right? Now, when I do this, so I did go ahead and ink that baby up. I usually tap on the side just to make sure I'm good. See how my hand immediately went down here? And then I am going to brush. Now, I am not pressing hard. Okay? I am not pressing hard. If I press hard, I'm going to have pieces of stencil going everywhere. You'll notice actually you can't tell, but this finger, I won't even put it on there. So that's my pressure. I'm not even going to put it on there. Look how fast I'm going though. Usually I would say go slower, but as long as you're not pressing really, really hard, you're good to go, right? So I would use my finger to press on the back, but I'm just going to lightly tap and I'm just going gentle. I am holding it down. Take your time with this one because yes, it is a lot more intricate than my normal stencils. But again, I'm just going gentle. Now, if you have the bigger, bigger brushes are awesome too. Tiffany's mom loves these for, because she has arthritis. Again, we're going to go gentle. We're just going to go gentle. Now these, I don't feel like I get as much control when I have to go gentle, but it can be done. It can be done. Again, I'm just going gentle. And I am going to get that all done. Again, I prefer the littler brush when I have to go gentle. But look at this. I'm getting it done. Getting it done. Now I'm going a little faster than I probably should, but I want to get it done. So just go gentle because watch, if I don't go gentle, and I'm going to do it on purpose over here, if I start going hard, I'm going to eventually get some of that to pop up. Okay, so some of it will eventually pop up if I go too hard. So I'm just going to go nice and gentle. And there. But you'll also notice, please keep this in mind. You'll also notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spots where it's taped down. 8 spots. Do I tape down 8 spots on normal stencil? Probably not. But on this baby, because it's so beautiful and intricate, I am going to. Now, I'm not going to take all the pieces off, right? I'm going to take off some. I'm going to lift it up. What? Look how gorgeous that is. Okay, so far so good. Lift this one up. Lift this one up. What? Look at that. Now I'm going to lift up the final ones just to make sure. Because if I missed a spot, I can leave it there because it's on that hinge. I can leave it there and go back to it. That is looking pretty good. I do see one little spot over there, so I'm going to lay it back down. Hold it and get that one. Now I'm going to lift it back up. And we are good to go. Look at that. So simple. So that is how you ink. That is how you stencil. Very easy. There's no real wrong way to do it unless you do it too difficult. Now, this you are going to clean. And can you grab the canister in the hallway because we had to use it because of the baby. Baby got a Sharpie marker yesterday at our house. Not a Sharpie marker. It wasn't Sharpie, was it? Yeah, she gave herself a mustache on accident with a marker. And so we had to get rid of it before mom saw her. Thank you. But these are the cheap baby wipes I use. I use these for everything. Any big box store will have these. Do not use the expensive ones. Do not use the brand name ones where they're nice and cushy and they're like a wash rag because those have fuzz on them. And fuzz is not a good thing in stamping. We don't want fuzz. So I'm just going to tap this one because this one is a little bit more intricate. But boom, there we go, my loves. That is more or less clean. That's cleaner than Stephanie normally does. But there we go. There is my stencil. It's going to go put to dry, and then it will go back in my box. Now we're going to do another one really quick because I want to do it for tonight's card. So we're going to move that off to the side. And I did pull some cardstock earlier. Yes, I did. There it is. And we are going to get some ivory. Surprisingly enough, ivory. And I'm going to let's lay it down like this. I like to do this. Well, let's do this way. So we're going to lay this down. And again, we're going to always tape and magnetize it. And we're going to do this one. So this is the one that I took on HSN that has, let's move this, that has the hexagons in the corner. Is that hexagon or octagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexagon. So you'll notice that all of these 4 have that hexagon, that weird hexagon that doesn't match the stencil. That means it is going to go together. And what we're going to layer together. And so what we're going to do is we're going to bring these in. And does it really matter which one you do first? No, I usually do the biggest one first. But keep in mind that the bigger the space, the lighter you want the color to be. Okay, and that will make sense in just a minute. So anywhere there's not really a decoration, we're going to go add this. Now, just for kicks, I'm going to show you a special technique on this. I'm going to tape this side down right here, but where that hexagon is, and there we go. there's a hexagon right there. I am going to put this underneath it. Okay. And there's a reason for that. And then we're just going to add some more magnets. And we could also add better than washi. So whichever you prefer, magnets are better than washi, either one, no problem. So what we're going to do first is we are going to get a lighter color, and we are going to grab yellow. And I'm not quite sure how this is going to look. Let's check. I'm not sure how well lemonade's going to show up on. We're going to try it. Maybe not lemonade. Let's try a different one. Let's try this one. Sunshine. Okay, I like that one better. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this down. Remember, Stephanie always holds it down. And we are going to go over these cute little butterflies. And I could use my bigger brushes with this because this is a bigger background. That's up to you. Because this might ruin my whole thing here, I'm going to do this one also. I'm going to pull this up. And where that other hexagon is, I'm going to put this little washi right under there. It's not underneath any other part of the stencil except that little octagon, whatever the heck it is. And I'm just going over it also. I'm pretending it's part of the stencil now. So remember, I'm using a lighter color first for my butterfly. We're going to use this for tonight's card, by the way. And we're going to go all the way around. Now, don't forget that online class that we just released is on flash sale tonight. So make sure you grab it. I'm sure the website's moving a little slow because a lot of you are grabbing it right now. So there we go. I've done all of this. Now I am going to check, right? Always double check your work. They said that in school when we were little, right? Double check your work. We're going to lift this up, not all the way. Lift it up. That looks fantastic. A little lighter in some spots, but that is awesome. So now we're going to take that one off. We'll go clean that later. I have my hexagon here and my hexagon up there, whatever in the heck it is. And we are going to use the next one. How I'm going to line this up is I'm going to line it up to those hexagons right there and right there. Now, at the same time, because yellow is the first color I used, which probably wasn't a good idea. Also check your actual placement on your butterflies because yellow is really hard to see. Probably wasn't the best choice to do first. So let's line that up. I could have gone over in a darker color first, which would have been a good idea. So I'm spending a little extra time doing this on all the butterflies because it's kind of hard to see those little yellow hexagons. I think that's like not, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There we go. Let's see. Let's try this. Let's see if we're close. Up a little. Wow. See, you never know. Okay, let's just accept that one. This next one will be better because we'll do it in a darker color. Okay, so same thing, but this time we're going to use a different color and we're going to add a different part of the butterfly. Oh, it is really hot in here, baby. And we're adding this. And this is kind of a purple, but it's turning it blue because it's on the yellow. But see my hand? My hand is always holding it down. Even though I do trust my magnets and my better than washi, I am always the first to want to make sure it all works out. Again, I'm going to go over those hexagons for the next one. It'll help me even more. And we're going over all of these. And last one. There we go. Okay, so let's check it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, stinking cute. Look how cute that is. Double check all of them. Looks great. Moving on to the next one. So there we go. Now you can really see those hexagons. That's going to help us, right? So now we're going to add the insides of the butterflies. And now it's going to be so much easier to line up those hexagons because, hello, we can see them now. There we go. There we go. And now we're doing little red hearts and the insides of those butterflies. So let's go ahead and do some red. Actually, let's do some berry. some dark berry. Let's get this one. So we're gonna, is this berry? No, Merlot. Ooh, we're going dark. Look at that. That is pretty. Ready? So now we're gonna go in and add little hearts to the body and to the around the butterflies. And if Kenny, if you see any questions, can you throw them out at me? There we go. There we go. And please make sure you give us a like and a share and a heart and all that good stuff. And if you're watching the replay, please make sure you type replay in the comments. We like to see who watches later. And last but not least, if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and click notifications so you will find out when we go live or when we release a new video. Are you ready? Get set. Here we go. Again, we're going to double check our, oh, shut up. Look at that. Oh, that Merlot looks gorgeous on there. What? I know. Isn't that pretty? Wow. I'm loving it more each time. Now, last but not least, we're going to do one more. You don't have to. You don't have to. This is a bonus one. But again, line up those hexagons. It's all about the hexagons. And we're going to drop those down. Now, this one is little tiny baby flowers. Now, don't get lazy on the last couple. Make sure you're typing them all down. In fact, I'm going to get another one. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add these little flowers, and let's do them in green. Green, green, green. Let's grab some green. Let's grab some dark green. And, ooh, I don't know if I want spearmint. Oh, actually, I think I do. Here we go. Ready? So now we are going to go in on those little flowers. And sometimes it's hard to find them, so I just do the whole stencil. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just do the whole thing. Whole enchilada. It's easier. That way you don't have to look for them. And again, see that hand? My hand is always holding it down. Now, I'm not like pressure washing it over here. I'm just holding it down just to make sure I don't have any extra movement. Because the one time you don't do that, it'll move. And then you'll be sad. Especially after all the 3 other stencils we've already done, right? Okay, so are we ready? Get set. Let's check this baby out. Again, we're going to test it. What? Oh my gosh. That's probably the best one I've done. Those colors are fun. Not colors I normally would have chosen. That's what makes it even more exciting. So now, whoops, now what we're going to do is we're going to use this for our card. So that's stenciling. Stenciling 101 and 102. So easy, so simple. Tape it down, holding, and going slow is your friend. But look how fun that is. And you can easily just clean your stencils with, you can use water or you can even use the cheap baby wipes.